at the pattern of trade of India and Pakistan, Pakistan's imports have always surpassed the exports with India. It gave a negative balance of trade at the end. For instance, if we look at the last year, Pakistan's exports to India was of nearly $240 million, while that of imports from India was of $393 million. But still, if you see that if the trade relation between India and Pakistan is dominated by import, it is still beneficial for Pakistan because of the proximity it has with India. Since partition, both countries are at global ends. However, the potential of India and Pakistan trade is quite high. There is a study conducted by a research organization in India that the trade potential of India and Pakistan is nearly 11 to 20 billion dollars. While there was another study conducted by World Bank, it estimated the potential to be at $37 billion. Even if we look at the old Silk Route, that was a very important way of trade in the past that connected China with the West and the Middle East. It was quite instrumental in bringing prosperity in different countries. But on the contrary, if we see, we have the infrastructure. For instance, we have the Grand Trunk Road, GT Road, the famous GT Road. GT Road is Asia's oldest and longest road, and it connected different countries for almost 2,500 years. It's a very important road that connects Bangladesh on the border with Myanmar in the west. It connects Kabul, Afghanistan, and it connects passing through Chittagong in Dhaka in Bangladesh, and then Kolkata, Delhi, and Amritsar in India, and then Pakistan. In Pakistan, it connects Peshawar, Lahore, and Rawalpindi. So we have the infrastructure. What is imperative, what is needed is actually the will of the leaders to think in terms of prosperity for the entire region. While talking about the current scenario, the floods have totally devastated the crops here in Pakistan. This has obviously driven the prices of necessary vegetables on the domestic market to their highest level. For instance, you see that tomatoes are mainly produced in KP, while onions come from Sindh and Balochistan. The sowing of the second crop that was about to start in Sindh and Balochistan will be delayed because of this flood. So it's coming in the news that government had allowed the imports of tomatoes and onions from Afghanistan and Iran to meet the shortage of food over here in Pakistan. But Pakistan, on the contrary, can get food items from India directly. But in reality, it is getting food items via Dubai from India rather than using Wagah. It is using Dubai. Pakistan had banned imports and exports from India on August 9, 2019 after revocation of Article 370A regarding to Jammu and Kashmir. However, through two notifications in September 2019, it allowed the imports and exports of pharmaceutical products to and from India. India, on the other hand, exports pharmaceutical products to Pakistan directly, while it imports all types of products from Pakistan also. The Indian exports include all crude minerals, medical and surgical instruments. The Indian imports from Pakistan stood at $281 million in July and March in the recent year, against $237 million over the last year. India imports medical and pharmaceutical products and chemical products in bulk from Pakistan. However, there are other products also that India is importing in small quantities. Coming back to the food shortage caused by floods, a report published in one of our local newspaper reported that retail price of onion in Chandigarh near Vaga is of nearly 69 rupees per kg, while that of tomatoes is 83 per kg, and potatoes again of 69 rupees per kg. So, as far as I know, the tomatoes in Pakistan cost almost 200 or maybe more than that per kg in Pakistan. So we can get very cheap tomatoes in the market and the different food items in the market if we directly trade with India. Though Pakistan and India share a hostile relationship, yet we can trade with India, like the US and China. Despite having a strategic competition going on, they are trading with each other. Given the fact that the effects of climate change will definitely be borne by Pakistan and India, I think we can have a treaty with India to give preferential status of trade to Pakistan and other countries as well who can be affected by the climate regarding food commodities, and especially in times of crisis. We can have such treaty. Even India and China keep the doors open to each other in terms of trade, despite having a crisis on with each other at Ladakh. So I think a pragmatic approach is needed in order to increase the economic growth of the countries.